Well, hello there, my friends. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, where you've skipped around a little bit, guys, because this war is going to take a long time. And namely, one of the interesting things that has happened, and definitely not a good thing, is it looks like the Bulgarians have actually turned to fascism against their own best interests, and they have attacked Romanian allies. They've actually taken Bucharest, and through all this, I decided to take one army right here by Nicander Chibisov, and I'm going to see if they can go all the way to Sofia. We're going to put a front line behind Sofia just to make sure we get there. We actually select all. Defensive line is what we want, not front line, sorry. And let's go ahead and see if this works. Alright, Chibisov. It's your turn to shine. There we go, guys. Let's hope it works. We're going to lower our speed a little bit. Everybody said 3 speed was pretty good. And look at this. We're actually getting some pushes. It looks like we have some French assisting us here, and we're actually returning the land to the Romanians. Now, whether or not we can get all the way to Bucharest, I don't know. One thing's for sure, this push into Germany is having mixed results. It looks like the Dutch have taken Berlin, but I didn't actually get a Berlin fell pop-up at all. Which is kind of weird. So maybe they're still fighting over it, but we're definitely about to meet in the middle. The problem is we still have the Italians to deal with. They're in full fighting strength. We also have the Japanese to deal with. And for those of you that were wondering why I kept an army in the east, you're about to see why. As over here, you can see the Japanese have actually taken back some territory, especially in Korea. We're going to try to break out of this pocket here and rejoin our forces, but overall, they're causing us a lot of problems here. So I'm actually going to be sending some troops just to disturb their lines, kind of like we've been doing already. But more importantly, we need our allies to get here and start helping, because right now, the rest of the allies are kind of just saying, nah, you guys deal with the Japanese, and we're not in a position to be able to do that. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to move this guy up, we're moving this guy forward here too. Just anything you could imagine in terms of crazy moves is what we're going to try to beat our Japanese foes here. And actually, these guys are behind enemy lines, so I'm pretty sure we can just go ahead and attack them. And look at that. Yep, instant victory against them. It's not going to be much of a fight at all. But let's take a look over here at this front. Keep moving, men. Right now, it looks like we're taking back some of the Reich's territories, and the French are definitely helping here. So they've actually taken Budapest already, which is quite interesting. I didn't expect them to move so quickly, but the French are definitely moving fast, and we've got to match that speed. It looks like we're doing pretty well, though. Alright, let's take a look here. Missing equipment production. Tell me something else that's new. And it looks like we're going to have to get definitely some more light tank factories, some more heavy tank factories. Let's go ahead and get a T-35 tank factory. And go ahead, we're going to just pump them full of factories. It's going to take probably quite a while for them to get there, but we'll do our best. Okay, what's going on over here? I don't like it. Oh, some Bulgarians are still there. Unbelievable. Come on, boys, get to Berlin. Well, at least to Breslau. Breslau seems to be the last German capital. I'm very tempted to go ahead and reform the line here very soon. Maybe even send some troops over here to Romania. What used to be Romania, of course, now Bulgaria. And if we do that, I think it's a good idea because we want to have a lot of influence in this part of the world. So we're going to definitely try to move quickly. We're, of course, following our plan, but there's not that many divisions in this army, so it's going to take a little bit longer. We could split an army and start attacking them, but I think our main goal is to break into Germany under any means necessary, even if that means causing a severe amount of problems for the Germans. So let's do that. Looks like our American and British allies are definitely not as aggressive as we are, at least on the Eastern Front. A few free civilian factories. Why the hell not? Lvov. Minsk, and I'm going to take a look at our Eastern Front. We've got a few Norwegians that are coming in to help us. The Norwegians have been the only ones that have actually helped us. We want to take those region capitals. They're not actually country capitals, and just keep moving in as much as we can. So let's go for it. We actually have guys moving by sea. This is amazing. We don't need that. Alright, we can go ahead and attack the guys that are out of range or out of range of their own lines, because I think they won't have much to fight back with. Although these guys seem to be in okay condition, and actually they're fighting back and beating back Semyon Budyonny right now. Semyon Budyonny is most popular man in all of Rostotska. Let's take a look here. It's actually going to be quite a while. I really want to get started on the nuclear program, but it's just going to take way too long. So let's go ahead and do decimetric radar. And with this tank, I'm just going to cut right through the enemy lines here. A lot of these areas that the Japanese are in are totally uninhabited. By soldiers, that is. Don't forget, guys, we're going to be able to influence the creation of China. It does look like the French have not moved that far north of Vietnam. They've taken a few provinces in China, but for the most part, they've left us alone, and that's great. It's going to give us a lot more influence in this part of the world, this region of the world, as it were. All right, we're researching the city experiment. I'm going to go ahead and actually get Nikolai Yezhov. He is the Prince of Terror. He is the guy that actually led the Red Purge. One of the guys that led the Red Purge, killed many, many men, but I think he's going to make it so that foreign countries can't subvert us as easily, and that's definitely something we need, especially since it looks like we're coming to the end of the war, at least the war in Europe, and we want to have as much control as possible over this region. Let's see how our attack is going here. Still going pretty well. So I'm actually very happy for our soldiers here. They're still managing to push. Look at all this Romanian territory we took back, and if we can keep this up, we're going to be in a very good position. General Hell, of course, making another appearance. And this guy's actually not bad. He's a fortress buster and a winter specialist. But you want to know something? It might be winter, but we don't have any fortresses that need busting. They need fortresses that need defending, of which I don't think he's that good. It looks like we're getting very close to Bucharest. And if we can make it there, we can make it anywhere. Sorry, guys, I had to use that cheap trick. There we go. Bucharest is under our control. Looks like the French are sending in a lot of troops, too, and actually, I welcome that. I'm more than open to some foreign troops assisting us here. I'm almost wanting to just do a massive attack against Breslau here, but I'm not sure that's a great idea. And anyway, our French and Dutch allies are pushing heavily in this area, as well as our British allies. We can't leave them out. Come on, for the Soviet Union, people! Alright, we're definitely in control of Bucharest, but I want to move these guys forward so that this area is open and we don't get stuck in here. There we go. Beautiful. And of course, we're going straight for Sofia. Might go ahead and bring that other army here very, very soon. It's so soon. And actually, this pocket right here, let's call this the Czech pocket, is actually the heaviest fighting I think I've seen. This area around Zhelozhi. They've even got some Hungarian troops here that are still fighting for the Reich. They're far away from their native land, but they refuse to surrender. And I'm sure that Zhukov will put a stop to that. At least I hope he will. Looks like we're also commanding some French divisions. They trust Soviet logic. This is good news. They might yet survive. Also, guys, I wanted to make you aware that we have been trying to convert the Turks as much as possible. Sadly, they joined the Axis, these bastards. So we're going to have to go to war with Turkey, too. And this makes things a lot more complicated for us. It makes things a lot more complicated for the rest of the world. It makes the entire war drawn out and last a lot longer than what we expected. Let's get over to our East Asian front. And pretty soon we're going to have to put troops on the Turkish border. But they haven't really been attacking us. It seems that their posturing has been mainly just words as of now. That might change. So the British have taken these two ports, and the Portuguese have, of course, this area right here. Macau, I believe is it's called. So we've taken back Nanking. Let's move back this troop. These guys are not on a border. We're being very sloppy with this particular front. And especially with the Korean front, I want to send everybody down here. We'll, of course, attack in force here. But we've got a lot of guys stuck. I'd like to break out, take some of these territories back, and just, all in all, make this easier for us. We do have a dock here that's probably bringing in supplies, but still, we don't need these kind of problems. Send in some bombers. Tell me what else is new. Alright, we can get some more heavy tank factories. No, they're still building them, damn it. I've got available planes on their reserves. This is the naval bomber. I guess I'll go ahead and send them into the Straits of Istanbul, or Straits of Turkey, I should say. If you find something, you find something. Alright, so Nationalist Spain is definitely finished. I was worried they were going to be a problem, but the French were able to crack them. Although that entire time they were cracking them, we were trying to hold this front. So I would imagine that our casualties would even be heavier than the actual war. Now taking Danzig would be a huge plus, so I'm going to be trying to take this port across from Danzig. Von Rundstedt's going to have to give it up, or he's going to be in some serious trouble. Alright, we've got a lot of French, even Romanian divisions helping us here. And as you can see, there are French colonial troops here. Just like the Portuguese, when we were playing Portugal, they brought all their colonial troops to Europe. Because this is obviously a much more important area right here. Trying to win this part of the war is #1 priority for Soviet Russia, of course. So we're going to have to go ahead and take this area. And hopefully, basically cut off the enemies from the north. And make it even more difficult for the Germans to make it back. Alright, there we go. We need more of that. Everyone attack. I hope the French join us here. There we go. I didn't actually think that was going to work, but it did. Alright, we've done Research City Experiment, guys. We're moving closer and closer to eventually getting the nuclear bomb. Rocketry technology, research increase. The war will have to end soon, and when it does, we want to be prepared, my friends. Take no prisoners, we've come too far. Krakow is almost back in our hands, guys. It will be ours. Okay, let's jump back to the Eastern Front once again. Wow, a lot of Japanese trapped here. Let's see if we can go ahead and finish them off. There's a lot of them, but they aren't going anywhere. That's the good news. So even if we can't beat them here, we can definitely beat them later on down the line. And cut these guys off over here. As long as we could take their ports, we're going to feel pretty safe. But over here, as you can see, they're making fresh gains. So we really need our allies to step in the game. Right now, they're not doing much. We might eventually have to bring an army over here to watch this sector. Simon Budioni can't really watch it by himself. Alright. Come on, boys. Take it all. It's not just the Germans, guys. Remember that. Fighting the entire Axis here. Take this city. Port cities should be our main focus, so that's why I'm going for Shanghai, cities like this, right on the water. And also because they give us points. I mean, isn't that the most important thing? I would think so. Freedom comes secondary. Points are first. Let's go ahead and hit them. We're definitely beating them over here. And guys like Hitoshi Imamura are going to fight to the very end. That much I can tell you for sure. We've got a few more guys here we're going to bring over. Eventually we will draw a line here, but not before the war is over in the West. And I think once the war is over in the West, I'm hoping the Allies are going to start sending forces to help us in the East. Because we've been doing all the work there. They've been doing, well, not really all the work here. I can't say that either. I think we've contributed a lot to this particular campaign, not to toot my own horn. Let's grab a bunch of troops. We're going to try to smash this just to cut them off. Come on, boys. For Stalin! Krakow must not fall into the hands of the Dutch or the rest of the Allies. We must take it for ourselves. Alright, there we go. Some gains. This place is getting choked. Which is beautiful, but Breslau still remains in enemy control. And Breslau is right now the capital. We even got Siamese soldiers, guys, coming here to join our front lines. I think it's beautiful. But still no answer for the East. Look at all these British troops. Looks like they may be heading to the East. Oh my goodness. Thank you, England. Thank you. There's also Belgian troops here. A few Canadian troops. and South African troops as well. South Africa, oh great. So hopefully they're going to be coming to help us in this front. I really hope so, because I don't want to have to deal with it. We've taken enough, and of course we're probably going to take China when we get to the peace treaties, if it comes to that, but for now, I really need help in restoring order here to this area. I feel like these guys should be able to just be crushed. Let's go for it. They have nothing left. Or at least wasting their men quickly. That much is sure. But they have so many reserves. 21 reserves, and just with 5 divisions, we're almost matching them. Goes to show you just how weak they are, cut off here from the rest of their buddies. And come on, Korea. All Korea is best Korea, and we want it completely under our control. I actually would be happy with taking a lot of East Asia, and maybe not taking as much for Europe. Alright, we're finally getting a victory over here, guys. Are we going to succeed in cutting off the enemy here? Georgy Zhukov on the assault, of course. He needs more men to help. Come on, everyone attack. Alright, Krakow is cut off now. Let's see how the Italian front is going as well. This is another major front, and it looks like the French are now pushing on the east side of the Italian front too, so they're getting double the attack, which is pretty awesome. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you will continue to watch this episode. I think I'm going to be uploading the next episode pretty soon, so make sure to keep your eyes here. And we're also going to boost our party popularity in France, because it looks like they may soon go communist, which would be unbelievable to have the Comintern take over all of Europe entirely. So let's go ahead and hope that works. Thanks for watching, take care, and have an awesome day.